Hello Facebook and YouTube fans. I am back with another video. I was on hiatus for quite some time because I was taking time to prep for North Americans. That was about 2 weeks ago almost now. It went extremely well. It was an amazing experience. Words cannot express. Oh my gosh. I earned my IFBB Pro card and just a really humbling and exciting experience. Needless to say, that is all said and done, and I'm ready to get back down to business with the launch of PuraVitaWellness.net. It should be launched in 2 weeks. In addition to helping others reach their fitness goals, that's really what makes me proud, in my career field. That's what I love to do, to help other people reach their fitness goals. So today I wanted to put together a video on making healthy treats. I know that the biggest downfall for a lot of my clients sometimes is finding things that, curb that sweet tooth. You're missing out on things like brownies, cookies, cakes. And so I always wanted to try to instill in people that you can have those things, and there's ways to really clean up the recipe from processed items, so to speak. I don't like to say clean foods because we're not washing food here, but making the ingredients a lot better, higher quality, and much more healthier, where you're getting, micronutrients from the treat versus just a whole bunch of sugar and fat and yuckiness. So anyway, today I decided to go into my kitchen and whip up something. For me, I have to be very careful with baking items because I have celiac disease in addition to irritable bowel syndrome with constipation. So lots of grainy foods and carbs are just not something that I can have, unfortunately, by default. They really, really bother me. I, however, do extremely well with fats, and I do have a diet that's actually very high in fat and very low in carb, and my body runs really well off of it. I have no problems with performance or anything. And so that's something I can get into another video. But today I wanted to create something. I don't really have a name for it, so I decided to call it a chocolate chip coconut muffin. These muffins are extremely low calorie. They're very, very high in fiber, which is extremely important to have in your diet. Most people are not hitting their fiber needs, which is about 25 grams for females, 35 to 40 grams for a male, in that range. So I've made these to be very, very high fiber, so that's helping you get that in addition to tasting really, really well. They're nut-free, grain-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free, so mostly anyone can eat it. There is an option to make it vegan by using flax egg. I have to experiment with that for my vegan people first before I release that, because that might not work out so well. Another disclaimer that I want to kind of get into before I move into the full recipe, and this is going to come out in 2 videos because I'm not very technically sound, so my husband's going to have to video me putting the recipe together. However, I use a lot of non-GMO ingredients in here, but I do have some ingredients, a couple of ingredients that are, that have false sugars in them, and that's just my personal preference. You do not have to use these items. I'm not one to jump on the false sugar bandwagon. I used to be on the bandwagon, to be quite honest, and then I just, it's unrealistic. Here's why. You got plenty of people out here eating junk food by the boatloads every day, and then they want to be mad when someone says they use Splenda or, a sugar-free something or other. If you're using it in moderation, these things are not going to break the bank. Not to mention, if I have a client that's really trying to get over the hump with finding things to make it tasty, and it helps them stick and stay compliant to their plan, then by all means, I would transfer them over to those items, and we can always work on weaning them off as their palate changes over time. So they do have their place in the world of dietary, those items. So without further ado, let's get into the chocolate chip coconut muffins. I'm going to show you one by one each of the ingredients, and then in video part 2, I will show you exactly how I made them and I will have a list of the ingredients and the macros below the video after it's all said and done. So let's get into the ingredients. I started off, I have baking powder here. It's by Rumsford. Any baking powder will do, to be quite honest. Not a huge deal there. Large brown eggs. You do not have to use brown. You can use standard white eggs. These are on sale right now for 59 cents on base, and eggs right now at Aldi are 69 cents for a dozen. So go ahead and rack up on those. Again, you can use any egg. For me personally, unless I'm really getting into ketogenic dieting pretty heavy for a show, I might go to omega-3 eggs because omegas are very good for you. But I supplement very well, and I eat a lot of fish, so I really don't have a concern with my omegas. So these eggs are quite well and useful to use. Silk cashew unsweetened vanilla milk. It's got 25 calories per 1 cup. My husband loves to use this in his coffee. It's pretty versatile. I use it for quite a bit of items. So this is what's in there. My favorite of all favorites, Coconnut Secret Coconut Flour. This is organic, non-GMO, very low calorie, very low carb. Cooking with coconut flour is amazing, but you have to be careful because it absorbs moisture extremely fast. But this is awesome, just a hidden gem. Then I like to use Ghirardelli 100% unsweetened cocoa. I've had this bag for a while now. It's still fresh. I was just looking at the best before date. It's still good because a little bit goes a long way, but I use that. For my sweetener, I used Sweet Additions Stevia. I get this at Aldi. If you're a Splenda user, you can also use Splenda. You don't have to use Stevia. You can also use coconut sugar if you want. It's going to take your carb count up just a little bit, but you can use that as well. Stone Mill Essentials Nutmeg. I also get this at Aldi. This time of year, the fall season, you can get your pumpkin spice, your nutmeg, your cinnamon, your allspice for about $1.29 for each of these bottles. I load up on them so I can have enough all year for the recipes that I like to make. Really good quality buy there. The toppers. Lily's sugar-free dark chocolate chips. Lily's is, I want to say it's an organic product. Don't quote me. I'm pretty certain that it is, though, judging by the price I paid for them and where I get them from. But a little of these goes a long way. About a tablespoon or two is 50 calories. Again, I'll make sure that I break down all the macros. Another hidden gem. This is where the false sugars come in at. This is Walden Farms strawberry syrup. I absolutely love their products. You must be careful though. You can overdo them, and from what I know scientifically and dietarily, I'm sure that these do contain some carbs. Though it says 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 carbs, it's virtually impossible to make anything 0. So you have to be very, very careful with these products. But I do use them quite a bit for lots of things. They also have a caramel syrup flavor. I did not put them on the muffins today, but this is another one. Just wanted to show you. Same company, Walden Farms. And the secret of all secrets that makes these muffins super low carb is this. Barn Dad's Ultra Fiber DX. People sleep on psyllium husk. You can make pancakes, breads, you name it, you can use this as a thickening agent. If you're making a stew, instead of adding cornstarch, you can add this to it. Not only does this help the recipe, but this will give you a good bit of fiber. So this can also help you reach your fiber goals. So it's an extremely important ingredient. And it actually helps me reduce the amount of flour that I would normally put in a recipe by using this. And now I have a secret ingredient that I am proud to present. I will be selling this product on my website, and actually it's for sale now. If you want to message me, I can get an order out for you. But Bananas Foster ISO Splash. This is not the only flavor. I've got birthday cake, cookies and cream, sweet cream cereal, cinnamon bun. But today I use Bananas Foster. It's similar to like what a Mia would be in terms of flavoring water, but you can flavor anything with this. Your coffee, your egg whites. If you're a person that like to use muscle egg, you can now buy some egg whites in a carton for a lot less and use this. The money that you will save is insane. The flavor is amazing. I put it in pancakes, coffee, and it's also in the muffins that I've made here today. Again, I've got many flavors, so if you want to make an order after this video, just message me and I can get that out to you. And now, of course, as you guys saw the post, the finished product. These are ramekins. I bought these many moons ago, maybe 10 years ago, gosh, at World Market, but you can find these anywhere, Walmart. They're typically 50 cents to $1 or so, and they come in different sizes, but I baked them in this. And so with that said, those are the ingredients that have gone into the chocolate chip coconut muffins. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another video and have my husband video me putting it all together so you can see how that works. And I will also break down the macros to be precise for you all and post those in a little bit. See you soon.